my son had a relapse right before I started training in the BALM program. And I started off like I normally do, really, really supportive and kind and calm. And I don't, something happened, triggered me, and boom, it was like a fire hydrant let loose. I was like shaming him, blaming him. I'm not proud of it, but what are you doing? You're ruining your life. I can't believe it. And it just didn't end it well. Then, he just didn't talk to me for a while again. He just would hang up. So a couple months later, he had another relapse. Now I was in the BALM. I had some tools, some skills, working with my own coach. She helped me script a conversation. And I couldn't believe how different everything went. I called up my son. I verbatim said this conversation that my coach scripted with me, and I listened to him. I learned how to listen. I had listening skills, and I learned how to do motivational interviewing and open-ended questions. Anyways, it went beautiful. We ended the phone call. He had used, and we ended the phone call with "I love you." And wow, that would have went so differently if I was not in the BALM. I would have started, "Are you kidding me?" He was saying things like, "Mom, I know I've made progress." And I knew he did because I learned about the stages of change. And I knew he was making progress, even though he used. And then I asked him, "Well, what do you think's going to help you to not use?" And he says, "Well, he was talking about working out. And I know if I didn't have this training, I would have said things like, 'Oh, what a bunch of BS that is. You think that's going to keep you from using?'" But I've learned so much about whole holistic, recovery, and how important it is that if that's part of your recovery, body movement and exercise, it is crucial. And if that's gone, like the spoke of a wheel, it can just be a bumpy ride and not happen. And so, anyways, I was so grateful. And when we hung up, I said, "This is the gift. This is the gift of peace I'm getting because of how we ended the phone call, how I listened to him, how he opened up to me, how I heard him." And yet it didn't take away the fright I had inside that he might still go out and use, the pain, the sorrow. But there was a peace with that, and we can live with that, the anxiety, the stress, and the peace. It's amazing how I could feel it all at once. So I said, "This is amazing." And he didn't use for a long time. Now in the BALM, we don't say that's a guarantee that just because of one conversation, someone's never going to use again. Yet the guarantee is if we keep showing up and learning these skills, we're going to start feeling better about who we are, how we show up with anyone in life. And that's the beauty of what I do, what I teach people, coach people, and how I live now is I use this with every area of my life, every person, every interaction.